Hello everybody, welcome back to the She Knows Him YouTube channel. It has been quite some time since I have posted a YouTube video. I think almost a year now, if not a little over a year, or maybe right on a year, but it has been a long time and a lot has changed in my life within this last year. Granted, I think everyone's life has changed this last year, but my life has changed quite a bit this last year. I recently got married. I got married in December of 2020, and so my last name is now Olivia Young instead of Olivia Daniel. So you'll see all my stuff is now updated, but I'm now Olivia Young. I moved out of my parents' house and into the cutest apartment here in the Dallas, Fort Worth area. And I also got a new job about 7 months ago now. I think I just hit my 7th month. So if you don't know, I work in human resources. So I work a corporate 8 to 5 job in human resources, and I used to work in the healthcare field, and now I'm currently working in the manufacturing industry as a human resources employee. So it's been really good. I'm really enjoying it, and it's just been quite a year. But to kick off this video, I know I'm talking about a lot of changes, and my life tends to get very busy, as I'm sure many of you guys feel, and it can just be really hard to kind of establish a routine to get to God's Word and to make sure we're staying consistent, and not just consistent, but making sure that we're continually filling ourselves up with what is most important. And it can be really hard when we get really busy. And so I kind of want to share with you guys my daily schedule / routine that I tend to, that I've been really enjoying. I feel like this is an area in my life that I've been really, I don't want to say like tested on, but it's been a real, I think, struggle for me this year, especially trying to figure out a new routine. And I've just had so many changes in my life this year, so I've had to make a lot of changes in regards to my routine and figure out what works best for me. So I'm going to share with you guys that today. It's very popular, I guess to say, for people to get up early in the morning and do their morning routine, and although I do enjoy that on some days, I wouldn't say I necessarily enjoy that every day. And that can actually be really difficult for me because my job is about 35 to 40-minute drive, just depending on traffic. So for me, it's just really tough for me to do like a heavy Bible study in the morning. When I wake up, I'm just like exhausted, and my brain already starts thinking about like my day at work and what I have to do and, you know, my schedule for that day. So my mind's already going, and it's really hard for me to kind of like get focused in on something else. And so what I tend to do when I first wake up in the morning, I usually go make a coffee. And then I grab my small 1-minute devotional, and I have a lot of smaller devotionals. I tend to go for the small ones. I don't know why, but this one by far is my absolute favorite. I think it's just because the content in here is timeless, and I have stuck with this one for years, over and over again. It's just called Be Still and Know, and it is not written by one specific author, I don't think, but the publishing company is Broad Street. So it's a great one. I'll link it down below for you guys. But there's basically a 1-minute devotional for every single day of the year. So it goes from January to December. And it's just a great 1-minute read. So what I do is I usually look this over. I pull up to the day that it is. This is definitely not the day. We're in August. but actually by the time you guys are watching this, it's going to be September probably. But so I will turn to the day's date and I'll read that. And it's so small and so short. It's easy to read in just a minute and get like a good, fresh perspective quickly. And then normally if I do have a few extra minutes to kind of just sit down, then I will actually take the verse that it gives me. So the way it's broken down is it gives us a verse here and it gives a short little encouragement and then it gives like a small prayer. So that's the layout of this devotional. And what I do is if there's a verse that stood out to me, I'll actually do a verse breakdown of it. And I'm going to actually show you guys how I do this specifically in my next video. So stay tuned for that. But I'm going to show you guys how I actually break down a verse and how I meditate on it and try to memorize that verse. So I'll show you guys that in the next video. But basically, if I have time in the morning before I leave for work, that is what I do. That's my super quick little snippet I do before I go to work. And then, so really my main devotional time, or I should say my main quiet time in the morning is really when I get in my car and I drive to work and I turn on Air One Radio. Shout out to Air One Radio. I don't know if anyone else listens to Air One Radio, but that is like my radio station and I love them. I do listen to the radio. I know everyone's into their like worship playlists and they got their own stuff, but I just love Air One Radio. So I listen to them and turn them on every day, pretty much every morning. I don't listen to anything else. Usually even when I drive home, I listen to that as well. It's just, that is my time that I really spend with God and I just get filled up and it just encourages my day so much on my way to work. And so that's really my like pump up encouragement time with God before my day starts. So that really gets me excited and filled up for my day. I don't even know what I would do without that time in the morning before work. I truly rely on that time. So and again, like I said earlier, my drive is like 35 to 40 minutes depending on traffic. So I get a good amount of worship in there. So it's really nice. I enjoy it. And then, so that's kind of like morning. And then when I get home, and if I am up to it, and usually after dinner or whatever, or if me and my husband like to go for walks a lot as well, so we may go for a walk, or we play golf too, so we'll go play golf. But then once we do that and I get home and I just kind of want to like decompress a little bit, and maybe I'll get into the word a little bit more. And so how I do that is I actually love the Bible studies from the Daily Grace Co. So they are also a like, they're just like a Bible company. They sell a lot of different products. Some of my favorite products that they do are their Bible studies. So this is the one that I've been reading recently. It's called Mercy in the Storm, and it's a study on the book of Jonah. This is awesome. I've been enjoying it so much, and it's actually not very long. I could spend probably as little as like 5 to 10 minutes, or I can go as long as like 30 minutes to 45 minutes if I want, just depending on how in depth I'm wanting to go or how up to it I feel that day. But it kind of gives you like a starting point. So it will tell you, you know, what to go and read in your Bible on your own. And then it will give the like their side of it, some encouragement in there, like a little lesson in there. And that's really just a one page. It may go onto the back a little bit, and then they give you like usually about 3 questions to kind of just meditate on and give you something to think about and give you some food to chew on. So it is just so good. I love coming home to these and having something to kind of guide my study time. And again, this is something you guys, I mean, you could do this in the morning if you want. I'm like dead tired in the morning, and that's like the last thing. My brain can't even think that early. So that's not true. I'm pretty strong in the morning, but this is just not what I feel like doing in the morning. That's just me. But so this is what I like to do and come home to in the evening. And it's just nice to spend time with God before I go to bed as well. I just feel like that's also very important. It's good to wake up with some encouragement and filling yourself with the truth, and then also going to bed reminding yourself of that truth. I think that's really important. So this is how I do that. This is one of them. I'll just show you guys some of the ones that I have there's 2 of them I haven't even started yet. This one's called Preaching the Gospel to Yourself. I've started this one as well, and it's really good. And then these 2, I'm super excited to use. I just bought a bunch of them because they are just so awesome. This one's for Ruth, the book of Ruth. I'm really excited about that one. And then Seek a Walk Through the Psalms. So they're just all so cute. And I just love these. So anyways, that's kind of my breakdown of my daily routine. I think the reason why I wanted to show you guys, what I do throughout the day to spend time with God is because God's not just with us only when we're like physically spending time in His Word. He's with me even when I enter my office, when I go to work. He's with me at all times. But I think it's so important that we are purposely trying to continually fill ourselves up with Him throughout our day. And I have seen it change how I am even at work, when I fill myself up in the morning, and when I go to bed meditating on it as well. And it's just so it really changes my day-to-day life. And so anyways, I hope this video was an encouragement to you. I hope my little routine was an encouragement to you, or maybe sparked some ideas of how you can implement some of this into your own quiet time, or maybe give you another idea of how you can implement another way of spending time with Him in your day. So I love you guys so much. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and I hope that you stay tuned for my next video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Love you guys so much.